Chairman, Ranking Member, and members of the Subcommittee. My name is Forrest Burkholder, and I'm President and CEO of SAExploration and Vice Chair of EnerGeo Alliance. EnerGeo members are geoscience companies that use earth science to discover, develop, and deliver energy solutions to the world. Many EnerGeo members operate to the U.S., across the outer continental shelf, including the Arctic, and extensively within the Gulf of America. SAExploration is headquartered in Houston, Texas. We have permanent offices in Anchorage and Dead Horse, Alaska, and around the world. We have a partnership in Alaska with the Kupik, and we continue to work closely with Kaktovik. For those that are less familiar with geosciences, we do specialized subsurface imaging for petroleum, natural gas, hydrogen, geothermal, and carbon capture storage, to name a few. Think of this as an ultrasound for the ground. Geoscience innovation has transformed energy, providing the data needed to develop resource potential, all while reducing the environmental footprint of exploration. Informed decisions regarding energy development can only be made with information provided by modern geoscience surveys. By 2050, we need to discover 17.5 billion barrels of oil equivalent per year to match global demand. Globally, we've only discovered 1.4 billion barrels this year. America and the world continue to need energy. The majority of energy comes from the earth, and geosciences provides the information that enables responsible production. The increasing demand means energy exploration is required. That exploration and investment will occur where industry can acquire geoscience data with favorable economics and supportive regulatory and policy structures. Of critical importance is the permitting process. Despite or precisely because of its importance, it is a point of heightened vulnerability for the geoscience industry. Permitting of exploration is too often stalled in regulatory reviews without accountable timelines and is a favorite entry point for activists looking to block American energy development, whether that's petroleum, natural gas, or even alternative energy. As with many laws, we don't always know the problems until we've operated under them. We've learned that for some people, it's easy to exploit the ambiguities in existing regulations governing the potential take of these activities. Activists have discovered that those ambiguities create opportunities for regulatory sabotage that can freeze agency activity and undermine all the best intentions of honest regulators. You have the opportunity to fix this. In Alaska, despite responsible operations by industry, with no violations, almost every issued permit with exploration activities has been challenged in court by environmental activists. Currently, SAExploration has 2 requests for authorizations that have been stalled for multiple years with unexplained delays. The failure to issue permits or to issue permits that can avoid legal challenges is hindering projects that reduce environmental impacts and improve evaluation of state and federal resources. This uncertainty has a direct impact on local communities, the state of Alaska, and indeed the nation's economic well-being and energy security. These challenges are not unique to Alaska. Although mathematical errors were discovered in the finalized Gulf of America MMPA regulation in 2021, proposed revisions were not finalized until 2024, creating uncertainty and delay in the agency's authorizations. By setting reasonable deadlines in the application process, removing unnecessary duplication between the MMPA and ESA, along with removing or better defining terms, Congress can ensure the agencies are accountable to the existing statutory timelines and prevent future misapplication of the statute so that it can function as originally intended. Representative Begich's efforts to modernize and revise the MMPA are absolutely necessary. Geoscience investment is a necessary precondition every time to energy investment. In conclusion, the MMPA is supposed to provide better protections for marine mammals from human activities that can cause direct physical harm to them, a goal that has largely been realized. Decades of regulation and litigation have caused the MMPA to be interpreted far more expansively than Congress intended and exposed significant flaws in the plain language of the Act. Fixing these problems, as proposed in Mr. Begich's bill, would increase permitting efficiency, decrease uncertainty, benefit stakeholders, the implementing agencies, and most importantly, continue to protect marine mammals. It would prevent abuse of the law and facilitate greater geoscience investment and American energy independence. Thank you for the opportunity to testify, and I look forward to any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Burkholder. As of this point, there are 73 people who have voted. So I am going to go ahead and I am going to begin the questioning of the members. And again, at some point we will recess, but if anyone wants to go ahead and head over and vote, they're sure welcome to do so. I'm going to start with myself. Mr. Burkholder, I would like to begin with you. Your testimony states that the MMPA is fertile ground for legal challenges, and I listened with interest as you described the various challenges that you've had in terms of pursuing energy. Over the years, we've seen environmental activists use the legal process to halt projects. How would reforming the MMPA address this type of litigation?
Thank you for that question. Revising the bill would allow ITRs to remain in place for longer than 5 years. This will help prevent situations like we've seen in Alaska where NGOs repeatedly challenge every permit that's issued. The revisions will also lessen or eliminate interagency compliance for MMP authorizations, which helps reduce repetitive analysis and the number of decisions NGOs can challenge. I've heard multiple questions on the front of how can agencies get things done, and I would just say if we have better defining terms and we're able to easily understand them, we'll be able to get those permits issued in a more timely fashion, and they'll be more robust. Industry's not looking for exclusions to, following the guidelines and ensuring that our marine mammals are protected.
Wonderful. Well, thank you. I'm just going to quickly follow up. Decoupling the ESA and MMPA is a reform suggestion that has previously been proposed. Could you share how the discussion draft attempts to accomplish this and how it would improve the permitting process under the MMPA?
I think that having clear guidance from Congress for the agencies will allow us to ensure that species are protected and that industry acts responsibly, and separating those analyses will improve that process.